To another episode of the Trailblazers podcast, where it's not actually a podcast, it's short clips of Dave and I talking about random things. And we're going to continue that short series for a little while here, and we're going to get guests on again in the future. We're just finding some good ones. If you have some that you would like to hear from, toss them our way, make the connection. We'd be happy to talk to more people in the future. But today, what we're going to be talking about is how to optimize your LinkedIn usage for your career. And this can be a real game changer if you want to branch out all the opportunities you could have and make connections that you don't know where they'll lead, but it could really change the course of your life and your career. So let's just get right into it. Dave, what would you say if somebody just boom popped open LinkedIn today, made the profile? What are some ways they can effectively use it to positively impact their career?
Yeah, great question, Tyler. First of all, with your LinkedIn profile is you want to make sure you have a detailed and accurate profile to begin with. People are probably going to go and click into your profile. So just make sure you spend the time in advance to put in the details in your profile and talk about your previous experiences. So then say like what the people that you're going to connect with afterwards, they can understand like who you are, what your background is, and maybe where your commonalities are at. Okay, then now where this drives me into is you can utilize LinkedIn as a super successful networking tool, and it can be utilized for so many different things. First of all, is as a student. As a student, you'd always be surprised at how receptive professionals are to connect with you on LinkedIn and even just like spend 10, 15, 20 minutes with them on a quick call and like learn about like their career journeys or their professional work experiences. Because everybody as a professional now, like Tyler, you graduated your undergrad, I think, in 2018. I graduated mine in 17, but I did a master's when I graduated in 19. So we're already a few years out of school, right? But like, I remember how difficult school was. I remember how difficult it was finding my first job and like the first couple of years of my career. But now everything's getting a lot, more straightforward because we have experience and we know these things, right? So, but we are always super open minded and like willing to help out the people that are like just in that position right now, either as a student or a young professional. So, go and reach out to people in careers that you're curious about. Send them a LinkedIn message if you want to like learn a little bit more about their career. Be like, hey, would you be willing to chat on Zoom for 10 or 15 minutes so I can learn a little bit more about your job and get some more information? Like, so people are super open and receptive to that. Maybe we'll link up a couple of templates in the message here so you can click into those so you can utilize that. Where I've also found LinkedIn to be very effective too is if you are moving somewhere, maybe for a, let's say, study abroad, an internship, or like life, and you might not know a lot of people in that place or you want to learn a bit more, you can utilize LinkedIn to say like go and like search a particular city or a particular school and find somebody who might have been like a classmate previously or like maybe a graduate from the same undergrad that you went to or something like that, and like then you can kind of find these commonalities. My good friend Tony, who is somebody I met in Beijing when I was a student abroad in Beijing, he was also studying there, but he's originally from Canada, and so he had done an internship in my hometown in Canada. And then I was able to find him in LinkedIn because I basically went Tsinghua University in Beijing, and then I had the connection with Edmonton. And then I found his profile, and I just like sent him a simple message. I was like, "Hey, my name's David. I'm coming abroad and like living in Beijing for like up to a year. It'd be great to connect. Like, I don't really know anybody in Beijing." And he was super receptive. He's like, "Hey, I'm so happy to connect with you. Like, I didn't know people would be coming from Canada to like Beijing." And then, we were able to form like a really awesome friendship just out of a simple connection with like that. A similar experience happened to me in Singapore. I met another undergrad from my university in Canada, Crystal, who was also living in Singapore and had worked as a consultant in Calgary and had done her MBA in Singapore too. And the way that we were able to connect was just through LinkedIn. And then, so I think it's an amazing tool for that. Just kind of like these connections. If maybe you have an internship or something like that, and you're going abroad for that. The final one, and like this is what LinkedIn's also amazing for, is referrals and networking. And actually, my most recent job was like kind of based off this because I was interested in applying for a company, and there was somebody that I know that was working at the company who I'd met a little bit previously, who went to the same undergrad as me, and we had a bunch of kind of mutual connections and mutual friends. And I know that person was working at that particular company, and so I had asked for a referral, and I was able to get a referral, and then that was kind of the way that I was able to like learn more about the company and go through the interview process, really enjoy that interview process, and then end up deciding that that was the particular job that I wanted to take out of the other jobs that I was interviewing for. Conclusion here, the three tips that I sort of have with LinkedIn would be like the one, if you're a student or young professional, use it to learn about particular future career paths. Two would be finding people who have similar backgrounds to you that you can either meet when you're abroad or when you're going to that new particular place and perhaps become friends with. And then three would be kind of like the classic LinkedIn case, which is say like the referrals and networking. And I think these are kind of the three tips that I have to maximize your impact on LinkedIn. Tyler, any ideas or thoughts from your end?
Man, I think you covered it pretty well there. Somebody that's just starting out, that's going to get them a really long way using LinkedIn. Just to kind of underline some of your points, like for sure, people really underestimate how receptive people are to getting messages on LinkedIn. I feel like people think that people in these high up positions at companies or at other places that don't really know you or have a loose connection with you will just like never reply or anything like that. Like most people you message on LinkedIn are gonna reply. Like people like being contacted. They, especially if you're showing like curiosity about their job or what they do for work or stuff like that, or you find something interesting about them, people are gonna talk to you. They're gonna want, even if it's a 15-minute conversation, and you never know where that's gonna lead. Like Dave said, it could lead to referrals and good connections and stuff like that. It could change everything. So people are really receptive to this. And if they don't reply, like what's the worst that can happen? You're in the same exact position you were in before you sent the message, right? So you might as well do it. It's a super useful tool for your career. If you follow all those points that Dave laid out, then yeah, you've definitely increased your chances for utilizing it to the best of your ability. So I think that's probably all that we have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any other questions about LinkedIn that you would like to know about that we can touch on, maybe in a future video, drop it in the comments, send us a message, something like that. And yeah, if you want to hear short clips on any other topics that you're curious about, just let us know. Until then, please like and subscribe, smash that like button, and yeah, we'll catch you guys next time on the next video.